Hey y'all, today we're going to be finishing up this Chevy K10. If you've been following the channel, you've probably seen the videos of the build of this one. It's been a long drawn out process, but we are glad to be getting it completed. We've got the battery on charge and we're going to be doing the first start of this new engine in just a minute. So I'll do a quick walk around and show you everything is reassembled, and we've got the interior back in it. We didn't video all of that because it's been, like I said, a long drawn out process, but I'll show you how the inside looks. Got the seat back in it, door panels, all the glass. So, y'all stay tuned and we're going to fire it up in just a few minutes.
I'm gonna pour some gas in the carburetor. Timing should be set close enough for it to crank. Trying to keep all these cables and all off of them. But this thing is dusty. But I had to bolt the AC compressor on it to get all the brackets lined up, but I just took the AC compressor back off. They said they had one, but it's the wrong one. So. Anyhow, we got the water pump running off the alternator. But everything on here has been painted. It's got a new underhood mat. The truck's been restored from the ground up. So this is going to be its first start in I don't know how many years. It's been a while.
Long time.
Just had to have the frame changed. It took forever to find a straight frame. We moved up here, had health issues, so it's just been a long drawn out ordeal. It's back together now, so let's see if we crank. Keep your fingers crossed. We've got some water in it. Just gonna went down now. That's fine. Y'all think it's gonna crank right up? Let's see. Temperature's in. Everybody's up there. Fire and hose.
The battery cables are sparking.
We're off to a good start already. This is the way this whole truck build has been. All of it. Every bit of it. The truck can be cursed. This one has a heck of a curse on it. Alright, round two.
I think I'll stand back here.
Yeah. I'll probably go back in the office.
Fired up. Now this does have a new cam in it that has not been broken in yet.
Why do we have a exhaust leak? That is a brand new amount of header gaskets. And another tight because I tightened them up myself. Like I said,
Telling you.
It is genius.
We are ready for this one to leave.
This thing cannot get back to Georgia quick enough.
We've put more hours in this than we have anything else in the past few years.
It's tight. So I did not get it. Well, I gave out a gas because it ain't pumping up here yet. So we'll put some more back in the bowls. We've still got to break the camshaft in. Because this is a new motor. We built it. Everything on the truck's been rebuilt except the transmission. And supposedly the same guy that said it wasn't wrecked said the transmission was rebuilt. So don't know how that plays out.
And thanks to Devin and Miranda, they came up and pulled an all-nighter and got this thing put back together.
And now that will crank up. The curse lives on.
Maybe it just likes you that much that it doesn't want to leave.
I don't know what it likes. I don't like it that much.
Mm-mm.
Itself leaking.
Header tube. Are those new headers?
No, that's headed to the own. It's leaking between the header and the flange. But it seems like it's got a crossed wire or something. Something ain't right about it.
Ain't nothing been right about it.
No. This is the same way the blades and everything else is ran, so it's probably got a messed up cap on it too. Why not? Have to be careful leaning on this thing because it scratched the paint. Huh? 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 2. Final order's right. I guess we'll crank it up and break the
Turn that light around
cam
a little
in.
bit. There you go.
Just crank it up and break the cam in. Not even nothing you want to see on the video. It's just a bunch of smoke, high RPMs. And once we get that done, we'll bring you back. So let's do that. We'll be right back with you.
Okay, we've got the cam broke in now, so he's about to take it on its first voyage on its own power in about 5 years, maybe a little longer, we're not sure. But the hood's not closed all the way because the vice grips are holding the battery in. We don't have a battery to fit it. Window felts in it. He said the window doesn't want to roll down. It's finally out of the shop, y'all. Cause for a celebration. We're gonna pull it up here now and wash it off. Wash all the dust off the truck.
The accelerator hangs wide open. The grills keep coming. Come in.
I think this truck just loves you.
I don't know what this truck likes. Yeah. We're going to put on the tailgate of Satan's Revenge. Sounds like garbage, don't it?
Yeah, we can't do anything about that right now. That'll have to be Ronnie can address that issue later.
Sounds good, I did. was leaking out right there. See the black stain? But it was doing that before apparently because we didn't do nothing to the headers, just painted them. And cleaned about 700 acres of mud off of them.
That's probably what had it hid, was all that mud.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get the shop cleaned up, get the truck washed off. And we'll bring you back in a few minutes.
We're going to walk y'all through how to flush your air conditioning unit to install a new compressor. Because if you do not flush the evaporator and the condenser, all the garbage that's in the system from the old compressor goes right back in the new compressor and you didn't accomplish nothing. So in order for your air conditioner to cool, to get the longevity of it, when you put oil in it, this here is the orifice tube. It's full of garbage. And he was told that this air conditioner was working. Well, I'm not going to say that somebody was lying, but somebody was lying. So anyhow, the best way to fix the problem is to use a solvent to flush the system out. But in this case, we're going to use an aerosol can AC flush that you can get from the local parts store. This here come from Advance, not a sponsor. Well, somewhat a sponsor. They gave us a deal on them, but anyhow. But the way you want to do it is you want to take the accumulator. It's where all your oil and all of your sediment goes to that's in your air conditioning. And it stays in here. Sediment goes to the bottom and stays. That way it does not contaminate the air conditioning system. And if you ever go to a junkyard and buy an AC compressor off a car that's been flipped over, all the garbage that come out of this is in the lines if they crank the car up and tested all the equipment on it like they're supposed to do. So be aware of that. And we're going to break everything down. And we're going to take that can and we'll get this here hose off. And also, you always want to change your O-rings out when you're fooling with your air conditioning. And you always want to size them up. They'll 9 times out of 10, this kit didn't, but I have my own. But 9 times out of 10, they'll send you a bag full of O-rings. And when you replace the O-ring, you always want to put just a little bit of oil. That green stuff right there is a stop leak in the oil that's in the refrigerant. And you want to put just a little bit of oil on your O-rings. And if you don't have the refrigerant, it comes with a PAG charge system. That comes with your compressor. And before you install the compressor, you're to pour this into the compressor and slowly hold the clutch and turn it. And as you hold the clutch and turn it, it pulls the oil into the system. And if you twist it real hard and fast, it's going to puke it out the other side, because that is just an air compressor, just like you run in your shop if you got air tools. So you want to turn it real slow until you submerge that whole system in oil, and you want to take the rest of this and pour in your line before you attach everything together. But back to this. Let's see. I taped this up because we wasn't going to fool with the air conditioning at the time. So let me get all this undone. And you want to get a catch jar of some sorts. We got a pickle jar. For some reason they're plentiful around here. This here is the side that goes onto your AC compressor. So as you see, the big line, which is your high side, goes down and comes around and goes into the accumulator. So we're going to flush just this little short piece of line here first. Once we get it flushed out, it's going to retain fluid in the lower part here. So I always take and blow just air out of the air compressor through it. But we're going to flush the lines first, and then once we get everything flushed out to where it's running clean chemical through it, then I'll take the air compressor and blow the rest of the cleaning agent out. It's got a little nipple on the end of it so it fits your hose. Like I said, you want to have some type of catch pail. So I might get Beth to help me on this one. I might be able to do it. Since this is our first hose, we may just hang it right there. May stay there without knocking the paint off the fender. Probably not. And you just hold this firmly up against the hole and just pull the trigger. And you can see the sediment coming out. All right. The other side is going to be the low side. And the low side goes through. I mean, it goes either way. But the low side goes from here. It goes through your condenser, back down, and then through your evaporator. But I've got it loose right here because that's where our expansion valve that I showed you, this white thing here, is full of garbage. That's where it came from. And if you're ever looking for your expansion valve, the easiest way to find it, there's got little dimples in it. And your hose is going to be a straight piece of hose, and it's going to have little dimples in it, in the side of it. And that just keeps that orifice tube from flowing downstream and going all the way through the system. Alright, so now we're going to flush the low side. And this is going to flush through the condenser out front. You hear it pop, that meant it had trash in it somewhere. Alright, we're going to let that soak. That's all the chemical we got in this can. So while that's sitting there soaking, and you take this here piece off and you use it on your air blower. You cut that right there and use that on your air blower to finish getting the residual chemical out of it. But normally it takes 2 cans to do a system. So just keep that in mind. Well, to do a system and do it right, it takes 2 cans. And yes, they're $22 a can, but at the end of the day, this saves you a $400 AC compressor. Alright. All this has still got fluid in it right now and it's soaking. So I'm going to take my jar off of that side. And I'm going to put it on the back side. And the back side is just this here. So it's not going to hold a whole bunch of the chemical. So there's still going to be some left in this can, and then we're going to shoot it back through the condenser. So this here is your evaporator. And it wasn't that bad. Alright, so now I'm switching back over to the condenser side. Daisy. And we're going to put the rest of the can in there. Kind of missing the can, ain't we?
Mm-hmm.
It was just sitting there a minute ago. What happened?
It's getting full. fuller.
Okay. I'm gonna go turn my air compressor on and I'll get my air blower and we'll come back and blow the rest of the residual stuff out of it. Okay. When we get done, I'll show you all the garbage that come out of it. And keep in mind, this is an R12 truck. When it was born with an air conditioner. I'm gonna do this. But you can see the sediment in it, and you can see all the stuff there in the bottom, and that's what would have went through the new AC compressor. And it's metal and just all kind of stuff. But if that went through your new AC compressor, that would void your warranty instantaneously.
We've also got to keep in mind that that's not pickle juice.
Yeah, it's not pickle juice. It resembles it, but it's not pickle juice. Oh,
Break
and
the
that's a
mirror. Well, you don't drink pickle juice, but I like it. Well, that made me jump.
Crisscross will make you jump too.
I don't know about crisscross, but I will.
I guess it's got everything out of it it's gonna get out.
Got me again.
If you're scared, just say you're scared. Okay. Now it's got it all fully evacuated of debris. Well, it's as much as we can get out of it anyhow. How about that?
And this AC cleaner, it smells like Gojo hand cleaner. Very strong.
That stuff there is just oil. This here's got a little bit of Dawn in it, so maybe it'll. And this is all enamel car paint. It's not aerosol can paint, so it will be okay for it to get on there. Now, in your ride, I don't know how your frame or whatever's painted, so just make sure you pay close attention and get it off. Alright, well now we'll start replacing the O-rings. I won't bore y'all with all that. I'll show you one or two of it. And I'll show you how to put the orifice tube back in, and then we'll just go from there. I've got a pack of O-rings here. And if you don't get a pack, you can always go to the parts store and they'll sell them in packs like this. So you can get all your different assortment of O-rings. But I keep different O-rings in here, so. But this is your orifice tube. And there's several different colors of them. There's maroon and white. There's black and white. Each one of them has a different diameter and different O-rings. This one has one O-ring, that one has one O-ring. The maroon's got two O-rings. So just always match the color. So just always match your orifice tube back to the vehicle you're using it with. And you want to take your oil, your PAG oil, and your orifice tube always has the long end goes towards the dimples, like I showed you in the pipe. So if you put it in backwards, the way an orifice tube works, it's got a piece of brass in it. And it restricts the oil and turns it into a gas. And the gas is what actually turns into a coolant, and that's what makes your air conditioner work. So if you put it in backwards, it'll still work somewhat, but it won't filter out the garbage because you're only catching, if it's put in right, the chemical, the freon flows this way. So you got that much strainer to catch your debris. So if you put it in backwards, you only have that much strainer to catch your debris, and it's gonna let it go by, and it's gonna stop the inside of the orifice tube up. So always make sure to put the long side of the orifice tube towards your dimples. And take your PAG oil on all of your O-rings, even this one, even though it's inside the line, because you want it to slide easy, you want it to insert all the way in. And if you don't have it slick, it won't go all the way in, or you'll wind up breaking and installing it. Like I said, there's your dimples right there. There's a long end in. And this is gonna fight because this truck's been a pain. All through the build it's been a pain. Put a little more oil on it. It don't hurt nothing. And you can use Vaseline, you can use a number of things, but until you knock the paint off the inner fender where you spend all your time painting it. That'll make you mad. Okay. Make sure it goes all the way in the seats on those dimples. Now you want to match your O-ring up with your new O-rings. And another thing that you can, if you don't know what the system originally was, all your R12 systems have black O-rings. All your 134 system has a blue or green. So you go over here to your O-ring pack. You find the O-ring that matches, like so. Go the O-ring away. Put just a little bit of oil on it. All right, now another tip. Put anti-seize on these threads, because that's a steel thread and this is an aluminum nut. So if you don't put anti-seize on it and you ever have to take it apart to resurface it, that aluminum will seize on to that nut and you'll rip it off, you'll strip it off trying to get it apart. And then you got to start replacing lines. And just so happens this line here is the evaporator in the dash. So that means you got to take the whole evaporator out of the dash just to replace that line. So let me go grab my anti-seize right quick and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Alright, we're back with the thread anti-seize. And you don't want to put a whole bunch on it because you don't, and definitely do not contaminate your O-ring with this. So you just clean your brush off till you get just a little bit on it and you put it on the brass, on the steel fitting itself. And you ain't got to put it all the way around, just put it on top side of it, because when you turn the nut on, it'll wipe it the rest of the way around the threads for you. But do not get it on your O-ring. Whatever you do. And if you get it on your fingers, heck, stuff goes everywhere. Whatever you do. It'll be right there to haunt you. So what I always do is once I get it all tightened down, I take and wipe the excess anti-seize off. And another thing, these are O-rings. They do not require torque. So do not put 300 pounds of torque on your O-rings. Just snug them and let them ride. Now I'm going to forget I use this rag for the anti-seize and I'm going to have it all over everything. Alright. Next step, we still got two lines up here we got to break down, but I'm going to go ahead and do the accumulator while I'm sitting right here at it. So it's best to do one O-ring at a time. So go over here to your O-ring basket. You find a mate to it. And there again, that's a steel nut there. Right there. So you're going to put anti-seize on it as you install it. And the way they had this one set up, they had that set up as your high pressure port there and a low pressure port up here at the top. But since you have to use adapters, that's got a Schrader valve in it. You can't run a Schrader inside of a Schrader because that's got a Schrader valve in it. That's the adapter they used. So the way we're going to do this, I'm going to take that Schrader valve out. That way the Schrader valve that's in this was the only thing that's going to get used. And it's best anytime you do this to replace these caps. If it's been converted, always replace your conversion caps. And if you can't replace your conversion caps, replace your Schrader valves. Every time you install air conditioning, replace all your Schrader valves. This is steel nut aluminum housing. You want to make sure that you put anti-seize on that nut. Like I said, if this helps somebody, save you a bunch of money. Alright, so we got a new low pressure fitting, new Schrader valve inside of it. This Schrader valve here is for your pressure switch. Alright, your pressure switch seals off on an O-ring. So always make sure you install this O-ring. Even though it looks like it does not do nothing, about the second can of Freon in, you'll realize it does do something. What it does, it steps all the way back here on this very back notch. Right there. And then you screw your pressure switch up on there. And it seals it off against the housing. Put a little snuggage on it. Alright. Next is your hose in the front. This is plastic, so you ain't got to put anti-seize on it. Alright. And sometimes these they don't send you the right ones. So always check your thickness of your O-ring. Okay, now before I told you that it was going to be, your compressor was going to hold oil, but it wasn't going to hold the whole pag charge. So what I always do on this is I sit this line up there in the place, but I don't tighten it up because I will take the rest of my oil and I'll pour it down this line right here. But you want to snug it up with your hand, that way you don't cut your O-ring. Alright, our other two lines are right here, so let's go ahead and break them down. We'll edit some of this out of the video, so my talking might get choppy, but at least you will see. You'll get a good idea of how it's done. Okay. There again, see how fat that O-ring there is?
Mm-hmm.
There's a skinny O-ring just like that right there. It looks identical to it, the same size, but it's not as thick. So you always want to dig around until you find the same thickness. And there again, that nut, that bolt there is steel. So we're going to put just a little bit of anti-seize on it. Pretty much all your female unions are aluminum like that. And all of your male ends are steel. So we're going to take and push it together. So we know there's no cross-contamination. Put a little anti-seize on it. And tighten it up. Alright, we're not going to tighten that one up until we get the lines across here in place. Like I said, the reason I'm trying to talk this through, it might help somebody, might not. But it can help save you some money. Because again, where the parts stores do not want to stand behind parts. Even though that you're not a licensed mechanic, you may know what you're doing. But since you're not a licensed, you don't have a business, you're going to be the first one they deny a claim on when you claim the part went bad, because they're going to say it was improperly installed. So, if you cross all your T's and dot all your I's, you're giving them no reason whatsoever to deny your claim on faulty parts. And you will have faulty parts, even though you install them perfectly correct. We have them all the time. Okay, and there again, that there is a metal nut. Like I've said before, I have memory problems, so the reason we're making some of these videos is to also help me out. Okay. I'm going to tighten that one because that's a hard line that goes back there into the firewall, so it's not going to be able to be moved even if I had to. All I can do is bend it. So we're going to go ahead and tighten it up. That way we know it's done. It does help if you do don't use wrenches instead of adjustable wrenches. The nail. Like I said, you don't have to torque the fool out of them because it is an O-ring. All you gotta do is just get it snug. Let it be. All right. That cap in there. Put this in the trash. That in the trash. This cap in there. That cap in there. All right. Next order of business is the compressor. So I'm going to have to get a couple of tools on that. So we're going to pause y'all for station identification, and we'll be back in just a minute. See what I mean about the anesthesia gets everywhere. That stuff will haunt you.
Well, now that we've got the vacuum pulled on the air conditioner, we're going to put some Freon in it.
It's holding vacuum, so that's a good sign. We didn't video that because we use an air compressor applied vacuum puller. So you just hook an air line to it, you hook it up to your gauges, and it sucks the vacuum out of it. But it's been holding now for 2 hours, so that's a good sign that it's going to take Freon and hold Freon. So now we just got to hope that the rest of the system is still in play. And the brackets they gave us is wrong. So the air compressor runs at a little bit of an angle, but ain't nothing to do about that right now. He'll just have to change the brackets later on. So let's crank it up and turn the air on and see if we can get it to take Freon.
molding, or Rodney's got molding for it, but I think we left that off because it still needs to be buffed out a little bit, but if we do have it here, we'll grab it real quick. today. So we're gonna get it unloaded now. We got here after 2 a.m. Got a couple hours of sleep. get their truck so they can cruise around in it some before winter sets in. Might be able to catch a couple of car shows and fall festivals. I'm sure they'll get over there and get it detailed. We rinsed it off, but it sat there for a couple of weeks after that, and it's gotten dusty again, so we didn't have time to wash it before we loaded it this time. It's looking good though. Completely out of gas. Hold up, there's some cables back there. Just trying to pick up some. There it goes. We've made it over to Rodney's. Coming down the driveway with it now, so about to see Rodney's reaction to it. First time he's heard it run in years.
Yeah, get the rest of it buffed and it all look like that. We had to sell the battery out of the Corvette.
I got one. I put it in the S10
Yeah.
just to keep it charged. You know how batteries are here.
Oh yeah. But that pipe right there, that's why it's leaking. You see discoloration right there on top of it.
Mm.
But the air conditioning blows cold. Sell it all there, out the air conditioning belly.
That's what I was looking at.
That bottom bracket right there is wrong, but it goes on front of the head. Apparently that's a car bracket he gave you instead of a truck bracket. Once it gets hot, it slows down a little bit. It's really hot. Well, all right, y'all, we made it back to Social Circle with Rodney's truck. And it's going to have a little shakedown test done on it. And then we're going to do some more final touch-ups and adjustments to it. But here it is sitting in its new home. It's going to have to be done some detailing to it, but there's no sense of doing that until we get everything, all the shakedown runs and all the adjustments done to it. There's a side view of it. Well, what do you think about it, Rodney?
It's worth waiting on. I don't like it.
Is that what you wanted?
That's it. Like you say, get finished with it, put chrome on it, be a done deal.
Yeah, we're gonna get somebody to polish it. My shoulders won't let me hold out to polish it, so we got a couple of people down here in Georgia we're gonna get in contact with and let them get polishing on it and get it cut buffed, and it'll like a mirror. But anyhow, we'll leave y'all with a little sound test of it running. And we're gonna get back up in the mountains and get some more work done. It's counting off the numbers. But appreciate y'all watching and following. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.